in the 7th Judicial Circuit, people who engage in this type of activity can expect to be spending time in the state prison system.
That's 7th Circuit State Attorney R.J. Larissa talking about a former St. Johns County teacher who was sentenced to prison. Karen Johnson reports.
Kyle Spitzer, who was a chemistry teacher at St. Augustine High School. He pleaded no contest to the 3 charges of sending harmful materials to a minor and was sentenced to 3 years in prison and 2 years of probation.
Before the case was resolved with the plea, it was discussed with the family, and, we have a young child who was involved, and the family was on board with it. A lot of times, a trial can be very traumatic, so we take that into consideration. He'll be a registered sex offender based on the charge and based on the plea. Oddly enough, people would think you'd automatically score prison on a case like this, but in these types of charges, it's not mandatory prison, it's discretionary.
According to an affidavit from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, Spitzer met a 13-year-old victim through a family member who was his former student. Prosecutors allege the two communicated via Snapchat. Spitzer was also ordered to surrender his teaching license and can't have contact with minors without the written consent of their parents or guardians. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Last week, I had wonderful meetings with our entire legislative delegation in Tallahassee.
That's St. Johns County Board of Commissioners Chairman Christian Whitehurst. He tells Liz Ryan about the results of that meeting.
Along with other representatives of county government, he met with the St. Johns County Legislative Delegation, which includes Senator Travis Hudson, Representative Cindy Stevenson, Speaker Paul Renner, and Representative Bobby Payne to advocate for the county's 2024 Legislative Action Plan. Whitehurst tells us what they were asking for.
$84 million in requests from our legislative delegation for the many, many needs that we have here in St. Johns County.
The money is for the most urgent needs that St. Johns County faces, including
transportation infrastructure, coastal resiliency, multimodal paths, and lifestyle and community enhancements and drainage infrastructure.
St. Johns County is growing at a rapid pace. We all see it every time we're sitting in traffic. Whitehurst has been persistent in his efforts to improve this situation.
The last 3 years, I have been sounding the alarm about the need for transportation infrastructure. So this is just continuing that effort. Like anything in government, these things take longer than I want them to. So we have to go to Tallahassee every year during every legislative session to make the incremental changes that we need in St. Johns County.
The top priorities for improving transportation infrastructure are improvements to State Road 16 to alleviate traffic congestion and improve safety, and completing the central segment of County Road 2209. Other projects in the action plan are a central public safety station, a regional fire training facility, design and construction of Genevar Park, including a regional boat ramp, and restoring the Matanzas River estuary, among others. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
In St. Johns County, the main fall turkey hunting season kicks off this Saturday and runs through the end of the year. Lauren Clairbout of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission talks about the Wild Turkey Cost Share Program.
The money for our Wild Turkey Cost Share Program is generated from turkey permit revenue from Florida's turkey hunters, the National Wild Turkey Federation's Florida chapter, the Florida Forest Service, and through grants from the Fish and Wildlife Foundation of Florida.
She explains what programs benefit from revenue raised.
The purpose of the Cost Share Program is to provide funding to land managers to help them accomplish different kinds of management projects on public lands that benefit wild turkeys in their habitat and also just forest health, and all of this also benefits our turkey hunters here in Florida. And so an example of this is the Matanzas State Forest herbicide and burn. And some other projects that are funded through this program are prescribed fire, roller chopping, applying herbicides, mulching, and wildlife planning.
If you want to get involved in turkey hunting season, she explains your next steps.
To hunt wild turkeys in Florida, you'll need both a hunting license and a turkey permit, and both of those can be purchased at gooutdoorsflorida.com. If you're interested in hunting on public land, keep in mind that each wildlife management area has their own regulations and season dates. So you'll have to check the area that you want to hunt on before you go out in the field. And you can look at those WMA brochures at myfwc.com/WMA brochures. And those should have all the information you need for the area you plan to hunt on.
For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Amy Sherry.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.